sort of deodorant are you using here in Hawaii? Is it any different to the local stuff you're using here?
What sort of what?
Deodorant, due to the temperature and the heat. You've been having to use something special to...
Well, I think normally the majority of my deodorant is eau de chlorine.
Chlorine?
Yeah, that well-known, oft-used
The
substance.
salt brand or the natural brand?
Well, no, the whatever chlorine is, chloride iron that you find in a swimming pool.
There he
but
goes.
I've been spending a bit more time in the sea here, so maybe that is a bit different.
Is that agreeing?
Why are you asking me?
Well, is it agreeing with you? I'm trying to work out, is it agreeing with you sitting in the sea here? Is it? Do you think this is the salt water that is kind of the Alistair Brownlee swimming stroke?
I think a lot can be said about the different buoyancy levels of salt water, and I don't think there's a lot in it. So hopefully, if you ask me what I'm worried about doing Ironman, swimming is at the bottom of the list of worries right now.
So you don't think you can win it in the swim, but you could definitely lose it?
I think like all triathlon, you can't win it in the swim, but you can definitely lose it, yeah.
So you'll be high degree of due diligence on race day at the start. Does that worry you, that start? Bit of a melee at the start?
No, the start doesn't worry me too much. You've got 8 hours, even stood on the start line to a short distance race. I always stood on the start line thinking, if I mess this up in the first few seconds, I've got nearly 2 hours to sort it out, and in this race you've got 8 hours to sort it out. So yeah, it doesn't worry me too much. I'm fairly confident in my swim, and I can be pretty quick off the line, and I don't mind a bit of roughness if needs be.
Can we call the 70.3 a bit of an educator?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed. Well, very disappointed with the 70.3. I thought the race would go quite a lot better, especially the run. I feel like I've been running well. I had the legs to do a really good run there, and I think I was just a bit cooked going on to the run, to be honest, and probably just didn't have quite enough nutrition on and stuff. But it was good that I managed to kind of recover and get through, really.
Patience get the virtue of you there, the better of you?
Got the better, yeah, possibly I wasn't patient enough, but if there was a course to push on and try and be aggressive in the racing, and that was it.
Come a long way. 2006 Junior World Champ. Moving on, 2007 successful year again, picking up the silver. 2008, it's the first time you step up on the ITU, you qualify for the Olympics. To think from there to where you are now, is it a perceived journey?
I'm not sure if it's a perceived journey. It's definitely an actual journey. From being an 18-year-old in 2006 to being a 31-year-old here, and to race for over a decade. In I guess top level Olympic distance racing. Quite a bit. Changed in terms of me in that time and achieving the goals that I want to achieve, and here I am today. But you could call it a journey. I don't like the word journey. It's a bit too soft and fluffy.
Yeah. It's not journey to the centre of the earth, but although this place can seem like that at certain times.
We'll see. Maybe you should remind me of that, whatever we are, when I'm running out of that Energy Lab thing on.
Well,
on
we're going to be calling Brett sick if it's going the wrong way. Let me assure you about that. Now, if there is one point that you really knew that this was starting to come together, is that a recent situation, or is that sort of just not reared its head just yet?
What do you mean, training-wise?
Yeah, is there some indicators there that you've realised you've changed the motor from this turbocharged into a diesel?
Well, I think I've actually always been quite a diesel engine and good at long stuff. I've been doing kind of high volume training for my whole career, and doing probably a lot of training since I was 15 or 16 years old. So I've probably always had quite a bit of a diesel engine. In terms of, in the lead up to 70.3, I focused really on that. I was focused on riding well and running a good half marathon off it, and then basically 3 weeks of training to focus on some of this longer stuff. I wouldn't say I've noticed a massive difference in terms of what my body's capable of, doing it in the high end. I've felt pretty good, really. My focus has changed to do long distance, running over long periods of time, taking that edge off the pace, not trying to run sub 3 minute Ks, but trying to get really efficient at running a bit slower. So yeah, and I've enjoyed it, and I think I'm feeling pretty fit.
25% slower, to be actually honest with you, per kilometre.
25% slower.
Yeah. Can you sustainably keep that concentration?
It's amazing how hard that pace can feel if you're hot and you're hurting. So I think I'll be fine.
Shocks with the course, the ups and downs, the hills and the troughs, and even the run course. Everyone thinks it's flat, but it's not.
Yeah, I knew the bike course was rolling, and that's maybe not as hilly as I thought it might be. like you hear, the issue on there is the wind potentially. You know, it can. I've never been anywhere where you're going up a straight bit of road and 1 minute's behind you, the next minute's in front of you, and the next minute's behind you again, and then coming from your left and your right. So yeah, I think that on the bike course, and then the run. Yeah, the run is pretty hilly actually. You know, some of those hills are tough. There's not really a lot of flat on it.
So the knowledge has improved since your arrival from what you perceived?
Well, my knowledge in terms of what the Ironman here is about has definitely improved a lot, because you know, I knew almost nothing. I've never been here before in my life, never experienced Kona, only experienced one Ironman. So
Bit of a blue Hawaii Elvis Presley, you've only seen it on TV.
Yeah, so my knowledge has improved quite a bit. I guess my perception of working stuff out is good as well.
Al, race day comes and it's starting to happen the way you saw it.
Yeah.
Can you nail this?
Yeah, I mean, I think, firstly, I don't know. I don't really know how my form translates to doing a good Ironman. Never done an Ironman before, full one. Never done one in Kona, never done one in the heat. So there are a lot of unknowns there, and I have to be respectful of that for sure. I think in terms of my physical form, I hope that's in a pretty good position, but I also think, you know, there's a lot of things I need to get right, or a lot of mistakes I need to kind of not make. So, you know, pacing and patience is potentially one of those. Getting the nutrition right is another one of those, etc., etc. And yeah, I'm definitely, the experience I think I'll get from this year will hopefully put me in good stead for the future. But yeah, I think you know, I'd be lying to say that if I didn't get, you know, if I can get off the bike in a good position and I am feeling good on the run, I'm not going to give it everything I've got over that last half marathon to try and win. Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd be a 31-year-old rookie?
Yeah, well, you know, I always said I'd probably try and get to Kona as soon as I could after the Rio Olympics, and it's taken a bit longer than I hoped. So, but being a rookie, I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. You know, after spending so long in doing triathlon and Olympic distance triathlon, it's really good to do something in triathlon, you know, in the sport you know and love and I've done forever, do something different.
B13 rookie, AB with energy.